Hi, I'm Bill Cook from Greenlee County Cooperative Extension, and today we're going to talk a little bit about tool maintenance. This is a really important aspect of any kind of pruning you're doing. Good, clean, sharp tools will prevent the spread of disease, insects, all kinds of things. So first and foremost, you want to use a bypass tool, meaning it cuts like a pair of scissors. Hand clippers, the loppers, even the pole chopper is a bypass type. If the blade presses flat against another, as an anvil type does, or if it passes between two, as with the clevis type, it's not good for the tree. It's not going to make a clean cut, it's going to leave a stub, and you're going to have problems. So the first thing you'll need for this is a good, clean file. This tool is called a file card, and this will extend the life of your file immensely to be able to keep it clean. It's a type of wire brush, and it's made to clean the teeth of a file. So I'm going to start by cleaning my file. And there we go. So on this particular kind of tool, you have your hook and you have your blade. The hook is what holds the limb in place while the blade passes through it. Your blade is only sharpened on one side. Where the two surfaces pass each other needs to be flat and well adjusted. There's a nut on here to tighten your blade or loosen it. And what you want is you want to be able to listen. That should sound like a pair of scissors as they pass. If they're too loose, the blades will have a gap between them and it'll tear bark, and there's just asking for trouble. So to sharpen it, now that our file is nice and clean, we take the file, which only cuts on the push stroke, and we go like this around the blade. And you'll look at that and see if it's nice and sharp. You can turn it over and look to see if there's any dings of any sort. And then just heel toe, heel toe. And if by chance you got a little wire damage there, I found a piece of baling wire the hard way the other day, cutting sprouts under my trees with these, and there's a little ding right there. So we take that out and we get a nice sharp edge, and then apply a little drop of oil, sharp and adjusted, you're good to go. The same thing goes with your hand clippers. You adjust them until they have that scissor sound. Sharpen one side. And if you're doing a lot of real close work and you want to get them a little bit sharper, you can use a stone, such as this, and you can get a real nice edge. But if you sharpen your tools every so often, I like to sharpen them anytime I'm using them. It doesn't hurt a thing. They can't be too sharp. You're good to go. Now, one little quick hint of the day. Sanitize your tools between plants. If you're pruning something that is diseased, sanitize your tool between cuts. A lot of people use 1 part Clorox, 9 parts water. Some people use alcohol. Needs to be over a 71%. A study that was sent from Washington State University that Wetton sent me, Listerine is the best darn thing to use to sanitize your tools. The problem with the Clorox is that it pits the metal. Bacteria get in that pit, hard to get rid of. Next good hint of the day, you've got the flat side, the blade, and you've got the hook. If you put the flat side towards the tree, when you make the cut, you'll get a much cleaner cut. If you put the hook side, you cannot get any closer than the width of that cut. The other thing to consider is that this does not actually cut, so this will bruise the bark. So if you're turning it away from the tree, the bruised bark is on this piece that goes to the brush pile instead of on the tree. And that's the hint for the day.